While we are here, though, talking about special effects, let's have a quick discussion of some dodgy science here. You and I are both scientists, we're both chemists, and we are used to watching films and TV and hearing some wild things and having to pretend we didn't hear it, even though it makes no sense. I want to very quickly talk about the whole mycelium taking over Spider's body and the
ridiculous
and the humans reverse engineering it and how this would pose as a threat. What did that make any sense to you?
No, it was obviously a plot device because they were they just needed Spider to be able to breathe suddenly, and it was like, oh, and this is a great way for us to show that Kiri is a deity as well. It was so boring.
It was preposterous. Once they were showing that his, breathing mask kept on failing and they were having problems, I was like, okay, this is probably going to lead to how he's eventually going to die or sacrifice himself or something like that. It actually didn't cross my mind that they were going to have the mycelium take over his body and be controlling the oxygen transfer on a cellular level, blah, 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 blah. And that was ridiculous on its own. But then the idea that, after just a few hours of scanning him, and okay, so what they're saying is the mycelium has lined the lining of his respiratory system, and it is coordinating the oxygen exchange, hemoglobin exchange, whatever, respiration for his body, and essentially purifying the air for a human. Mm-hmm. Now that they've seen that, now they can reverse engineer it. Why? How? Are they going to just suddenly take mycelium and just coat the inside of every human being's body? They kept on saying, oh, now they figured out how to reverse engineer. And I'm like, how? How are they going to do that?
I didn't realize that they claimed that they had actually figured out how to do it.
They pretty much had, as of the point that Jake and Spider get rescued. I mean, I don't think they had fully figured it out, but they had understood the mechanism that was going on.
Okay,
and they were ready to start, using that to replicate in the rest of the human beings. They hadn't dispatched out the technology, but the implication in the way the story is being told is they're ready to do it. They're going to be able to do it very soon. It's a matter of time. And then all the humans are going to come and colonize Pandora, led by Elon Musk. Mm-hmm. But all I was thinking is, but how though? You saying that you have done an X-ray and you have seen that the mycelium has coated his lung does not in any way explain how, in any way, you would be able to replicate that. What has happened to Spider is not really a biological thing. It's a mystical thing, because it doesn't biologically make any sense what has happened to him.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's the intersection of biology and mysticism, apparently. Apparently.
I see.
On the subject of things that don't make any sense, I was taught in school that you can't have... Well, there are very rare cases where different species can mate, but when they do mate, they produce
sterile children.
Yeah, sterile children. To be fair, we don't have evidence yet about whether Jake and Neytiri's children will be able to reproduce yet.
Now, D, stop it. Let me stop you right there. Let me stop you right there. That is the case, right? When you're dealing with very closely related species within the same phylum or class. Humans and Navi are not even mammals. When we talk about the concept of interspecies breeding, it's something like a donkey and a horse forming a meal, or a tiger and a lion, both of which are the exact same kind of mammal, mind you. In this case, the Navi are not mammals. They don't.
Yeah, but maybe the DNA does a quantum jump between the different planets.
Stop it. Stop. It is so preposterous. It's crazy enough between Jake and Neytiri, Varang and Quaritch, but I'll pretend I can overlook that because, okay, maybe the avatars have been created that are such exact copies of Navi that on a molecular level, they've made them possible of reproduction. Let's pretend that's true. But for Spider and Kiri, what's your plan?
But to be fair, have they mated yet? I don't think they've mated yet.
No, but he started Spider has started growing the kuru in the back of those terrible dreadlocks of his. When I saw that, I actually almost reached.
I couldn't believe that when I saw it. I cracked up. I couldn't believe it.
That's when I knew this was James Cameron's fantasy for real. Because I know James Cameron wants to wake up one day and he's having some features that you and I might have just showing up on his body. That's what I took away from that, by the way. That's his fantasy.
Yeah. It's biographical. It's his fantasy, basically.
Reproduction and fertility is such a difficult thing, even for like exactly matched species. What do you mean Jake and Neytiri are just popping out these babies left, right, and center?
Plot device. We need them to do it so that the fourth and the fifth, and God forbid if there's even more in the future, more Avatar movies can come out and more billions can be made, and none of it redistributed to the people that it's talking about.
My last question is of the force field, the magnetic force field that is developing, which ultimately sucks and destroys all the humans, ships, and equipment. Upon all the technological advancement that these humans have, they did not notice that was there. Like, how did they even remotely let themselves get anywhere near that thing? Surely they have scanned, analyzed that whole environment a billion times with their state-of-the-art equipment to understand that we should not bring any giant metallic structures anywhere close to this. Or are we supposed to believe that the whales led them close to the vortex against their will?
Yeah, I guess the whales outsmarted them.
Oh, please. Enough. That's enough. It's just enough.
Literally, I think that's a nice way to wrap up. It's enough. Literally, the whole series is enough. Time to wrap up.